Hey there! I want to ask you a question and I want you to answer it genuinely. What do you feel when you listen to this?
So get away, another way to feel what you didn't want yourself to know and let yourself go. You know you didn't lose your self-control. There's no other
I'll tell you what I feel. It takes me back to a very vivid time. This is my story. The story of 4 Octobers, the chase of a dream, the loss of what you had, and the ultimate realization that all you had was already everything you ever wanted. This is the story of Cyberpunk itself. But before anything, a little backstory is in order. I'm sure many of you recognize the song you just heard if you've played or watched the recent Cyberpunk entries. But in the slim chance you haven't, that was I Really Wanna Stay at Your House by Rose Walton, the anthem of Lucy and David, and for us, the fans, a symphony of attachment. Why that label? Because the fanbase has built an attachment of its own to this song, one born from the bittersweet ending of Edgerunners. Why, that's the journey we're about to take. But every journey needs perspective, and this one is mine. It began in October of 2022, freshman year of college. Dreaming, planning, grinding, looking ahead into the future. The atmosphere was electric, and oh, a new Cyberpunk anime dropped. We all watch it, we laugh, we cry, it scarred us a little, the game saw revival, and then I move on. No big deal, a stylish but flawed anime watch. I'd bring it up with friends, they thought it was cool, sad ending, you know the gist. Everything seemed pretty normal, and that was it for a year. Until October of 2023. An innocent YouTube recommendation appeared. The world before and after watching Edgerunners. Oh right, that show I watched a year ago. Click and then boom.
I couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboard.
A familiar song started playing. I couldn't place it at first, though I vaguely remember it was from that show. But something about it hit me, waves of happiness, joy, even bliss. I smiled as the memories came flooding back. Why? I couldn't say. Maybe it was because it brought me back to that time, pleasant memories I didn't even realize I had. I kept reading comments, scrolling through posters, and it became clear I wasn't alone. Thousands of others had their own attachments to the song, their own floods of emotions. I didn't know why it felt so uplifting, why such positive feelings of an ordinary time. I didn't understand, but I knew it mattered. But then I moved on. Until 11 months later. September 2024, a darker, heavier time for me. And in the middle of a restless night, the song returned in the strangest way possible. Half asleep, half awake, it started playing in my head. Not a dream, just there. This time, it wasn't joy, it was sadness, a quiet melancholy. When I finally woke up, I tried to recall it, humming the tune, desperately searching until I rediscovered it on YouTube. Relief hit for a moment, then sorrow. As the song progressed, that sadness from the night before washed back over me. What was once a beautiful tune now felt like a requiem, a longing for something lost. Why? Why had the meaning shifted so drastically? That's when I began to dig deep. Why do we attach emotions to songs? I read about 2 research papers and a few articles on that topic, which you can check out thoroughly if you want, but here's the core gist of them. Number 1, the lyrics. Songs with hopeful words often carry bright memories, songs with bittersweet words, sad ones. That makes much sense. But here's the twist. In my case, I never actually knew the lyrics. I barely understood 70% of what Rose Walton was singing. Yet when I finally looked them up, they were indeed sorrowful. The lyrics go like this. I couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboards, but now you're gone and leaving nothing but a sign. Another evening I'll be sitting reading in between your lines because I miss you all the time. And on the main chorus, cause I really want to stay at your house and I hope this works out, but you know how much you broke me apart. Clearly the lyrics paint a mournful picture, one of longing, of missing and fighting. But I knew this wasn't the root cause of my changing emotions, because back in 2023 the song felt euphoric, even though the lyrics hadn't changed it. So, maybe the second reason, the thematic link with the story itself. The song is now inseparable from Edgerunners. The tragic story of David rising from the bottom, losing everything and dying at the hands of the very corpo he fought to destroy. Meanwhile, Lucy, his love, finally makes it to the moon but alone. Dream achieved, yet hollow. For many, this connection explains the attachment. The song is their theme, Lucy and David's anthem. It carries their joy, their intimacy, and ultimately their tragedy. But for me, again, not quite. I didn't carry the weight of the show when I first watched it. I moved on without much reflection. Which leaves the third reason. One's personal state while listening. Our minds imprint whatever emotion we're living through onto a song. Listen to a sad song in a joyful state and you may still remember it fondly. Hear it again in despair, it echoes that despair. And here, finally, things began to click. October 2022, Indifference. October 2023, Bliss. September 2024, Sorrow. This one song managed to embody all those states because it reflected the phases of my own life. The truth hit me in October 2024 as I reflected. I realized how much I had ignored the lessons of Edgerunner itself, the very moral Lucy embodies on the moon. You see, back in 2022, freshman year, I was obsessed with the future. Always chasing, always dreaming, never stopping to appreciate what I already had. I brushed off Edgerunners. I overlooked time with friends, time of adventure and wonder, even though those days were in reality some of the best of my life. I thought my real life would start in the future, 2023, 24, 25. Yet when those years came, the dreams collapsed. My projects stumbled and gripped, my goals slipped and succeeded. I got what I wanted in some sense, but was still left empty. And in that void, the song re-emerged not as a bliss, but as sorrow, an anthem and reminder of what I had lost in the chase. Because the truth was, I had already been living the dream back in 2022. Working towards my dream, those daily commitments, while being surrounded with amazing people. I just hadn't realized it. That's what Lucy realizes on the moon. The future she dreamed of was empty without the people she loved. And I had missed that lesson entirely. Now with hindsight, I see it clearly. The song carried me through 4 Octobers, each a reflection of where I was in life. An unconscious beauty, a joyful remembrance, a deep melancholy, and now October 2025, a serene unification. And how ironic that all of it be complete on the day this song was released and on the day this video is too, October 3rd. So, what do I feel when I hear I really want to stay at your house now? I feel gratitude for the journey, the memories, the lessons. For learning that dreams aren't just in some far off future. They're in the present, and the present is the only dream we truly live. This is my story. Now I want to hear yours. Write your stories in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. Because this is the song of a fan base. The symphony of attachment.